Doya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottam Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Tava Kripa Ole Pai Chaitanya Nitai Tava Kripa Ole Pai Chaitanya Nitai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go Premanandi, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shishintai Satyasita ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki. Shri Radha Paraseshwara ki. Shri Guntarashma Bhagavatam ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki. Shri Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Marathon ki. Brihat Madanga ki. Harinam Sankirtan ki. Go Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Vadaya. Jaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Shramanti Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vicharni Nivasesha Sunyavadi Pasti Chali Shatani. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Which verse is it?
1148.
Okay. We start with that one, or that's the one we were speaking on? Because previous verses had no cant, no purports.
Yeah, this purport is very, very short, so if you want, you could continue.
No, this purport's long, but the previous verses had no purports. I just wondered who spoke previously, because it meant they spoke.
Just a one-sentence purport. 1148.
Oh, I'm looking. Okay, I'm reading on the wrong page. You're right. Okay. Okay. So I guess the previous week, last week, somebody read several verses because there was no purport on the previous one practically either, unless you want to talk on Bangladesh or something. It was just saying that this is in Bangladesh.
Yesterday, Rasa Parana, he spoke about.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, he spoke about Luchandas temple.
Oh, nice.
He read the verse and then.
Oh, very nice, because it was his appearance day yesterday. Huh? Something like that. Wow, that's nice. So we're on 48, is it?
Yes, 48.
I was looking at the 50. I didn't want my eyes not focusing. So what's on the board? 48?
48 is on the board.
So please together. Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Nakari Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar.
Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar. Ladies. Come on, ladies, you were top of the books. Come on, you have to prove it. Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar. Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar. Prabhupada said, don't just distribute the books, you have to read them too. So come on. Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar Nakade Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhar Ramananda Vasu Jagannatha Mahidar. Nakadi, of the name Nakadi. Most of these are just repeating the same word, huh? Mukunda, of the name Mukunda. Surya, of the name Surya. Madhava, of the name Madhava. Sridhar, of the name Sridhar. Ramananda Vasu, of the name Ramananda Vasu. Jagannath, have a guess what that means?
Of the name Jagannath.
Of the name Jagannath, well done. Mahidara, of the name Mahidar. You cheated, it was on the screen, wasn't it?
No, Marge.
Yeah, well, you cheated. You would have never have guessed that otherwise. I know. These Americans. Translation, and the really, really dinky purport. Among Lord Nityananda's devotees, Nakadi was the 34th, 37th. You probably never heard of him. I've never, Nakadi. Never heard him mentioned. Mukunda the 38th, Surya the 39th, Madhava the 40th, Sridhar the 41st, Ramananda the 42nd, Jagannath the 43rd, and Mahidar the 44th. There's no mention, at least not in the word for word here, of 39th, 40th, like that. Rabba's listing them from the beginning there. Make it a little easier for us. That's what we would say, it's just a list of names. Purport. A very long purport here today. Listen carefully. I'm gonna ask questions on this purport. So listen very carefully, okay? Sridhar is the 12th Gopal. So who is the 12th Gopal? Who knows? And which Gopal is Sridhar? The 12th. Well done, you're very attentive this morning. Super attentive. In one sense, that's how it is. If you can just learn one line and then the next line. Huh? Same thing when we chant Hare Krishna, just listen. Try to listen to one line or one mantra or something, then go on to the next one. Focus on one. Pretty easy purport this morning. Any questions?
How many Gopal in total?
How many Gopals? How many Gopalas? Gopalas. How many Gopalas? That's a Gopal. How many Gopals are there? How many? 12. But there's 12 primary Gopalas. They're unlimited. Just like the gopis. How many gopis are there? 8 primary gopis. How many altogether? Hundreds? Thousands? Millions? Billions? Trillions? Zillions? Immeasurable. The primary groups, they have groups. We listened to Prabhupada lecture this morning. Prabhupada said, in every society there has to be a leader. There must be a leader. He said, here in India we have our leader, our Prime Minister, whatever they call it. In America you have your Mr. Nixon. He's not there anymore. We have, who's the leader in America now?
Trump.
Mr. Trump. Oh, yes. Back in again. I told you, these Americans, they're weird people. What to do? Every country has a so-called leader. Every association, organization, business, so-called leader. CEO or something like that. So even the spiritual world, if you don't like following a leader, you will not make it to the spiritual world. Simple as that. Isn't it? Spiritual world is all about following the leader. Yeah, of course, there's a lot more. Right? Not just blind following. It's a natural, loving draw to follow a leader. Otherwise you end up in, if you're self-realized, you'll end up in the Brahmajyoti. Everyone follows the leader. Even if you're a blade of grass, there's a leader of the blade of grass that you follow. How to be a perfect blade of grass for Krishna's pleasure. Okay, I think perfect rock for Krishna. Everything. There are leaders. And similarly in the Gopalas, especially in the Gopalas, group leaders, 12 Gopalas, group leaders. We have the 8 gopis. And they have their manjaras and their leaders, of course, in their line with Manjari Bhava of the Goswamis. So we have our leaders, we're following Rupa Goswami, Lalita, Rupa, and similarly with the Gopals. And they have their assistants, and they have their assistants, and they have theirs. This is the, you could say, the transcendental meaning of Gopi Bharta Padakamalama Dasa 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 Das. We look at it on a day-to-day basis of servant of everyone. Sometimes we look at it in terms of servant of the disciplic succession, isn't it? When we look at our disciplic succession, of course, we don't have all the information, but generally speaking, they are all in the, at least since Lord Chaitanya's time, we don't know before that particularly, but they're basically Manjari Bhav, at least in our line. There are other descendants of Lord Nityananda who are in, followers of the Gopalas. They're in Sakya Bhav, friendship. Rohidas Pandit in that line, and so on and so forth. But generally speaking, our descendants, even Prabhupada didn't reveal, it wasn't revealed directly. But Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, he's the eternal servant of Gokishore, is the servant of Bhakti Vinod in their Manjari Bhav, like that, going back. So it's there, you can't escape. It's not like, oh, this is good. I'll use this disciplic succession business until I become self-realized and I don't need to follow anyone anymore. That's not the spiritual world. Is also this Gopi Bharta Padakama, that's where it really exists. That's the constitutional, eternal situation of the living entity. Anything short of that is not actually fully constitutional. So we're practicing that principle now. It's not that we can think, I don't like to follow anyone else, I want to be the boss. But that's why we're in the material world, we're all trying to imitate Krishna. We want to be the center of attraction. Krishna is the, again, another lecture listening this morning, Prabhupada, who was saying that everybody wants to be the proprietor, isn't it? We want to own, huh? Who wants to own? Own your body, own your house, own your family, own your money. Everybody likes to feel themselves the proprietor of something. But Krishna's the proprietor. Prabhupada said the only thing we can say is mine is Krishna. Of course we can say that. We may not be on the platform of actually eligibility really to experience it, but in one sense the devotee on the highest platform said Krishna's mine. Not that I am Krishna's. That's true. That's our level. We should understand we belong to Krishna. On the highest level, we say Krishna's mine. It's not like, he's mine, therefore I can do what I like with him in a sense, but he's mine. It's nothing else. He's my life and soul. He's everything to me. He's mine. He's nothing else in your life other than Krishna. So anyway, these Gopals are teaching us how we can be, if we're in that mood of Sakya Ras, then how to be perfect in bringing pleasure to Krishna. It's not a question of show, oh, that Gopal over there, get him out the way. Then I'll be, number 3 Gopala. So then I'll get rid of number 2, and I'll become number 1. It's not like that. They're all completely constitutionally situated in their particular roles, just like the gopis are. Each and every one of them has their particular characteristics, which are simply embellishments to Radharani's service to Krishna. Expansions of Radharani. They're also expansions of Nityananda, these Gopalas, or Balaram, which Lila were in. So they're not like, you can't become one of the 12 Gopalas. It's not possible. You can follow the mood of the Gopala. or the mood of the Manjari. You can't become that particular person. Prabhupada said that's Mayavad philosophy. To become Nanda Maharaj or to become Lalita Sakya, that's Mayavad. One to become someone we're not. But we can follow their mood. We can follow their mood. Be the servant of the servant or whatever it is of that person, that devotee. So these are great devotees. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but they may all be Gopals. I don't know. No idea. Monk Lord Nityananda's devotees, they are one form or another of Gopalas. Whether they're all this is the the 12 Gopals or not, I don't know. Next verse. Srimanta Gokula Dasa Hari Haranand Shivai Nandai Avaduta Paramanand. Srimanta, another one you may not have heard of, was the 45th, Gokul Das, the 46th, Hari Harananda. Hari Harananda. Hari Harananda. Hari Harananda. Someone has that name. Have you ever heard of a devotee with that name? Hari Harananda? If they're probably very slow devotee. Hari Harananda. Hari. Hurry up, Harinanda. Hari Harananda. Shivai. The name of Lord, I guess it's to do with Shiva, Lord Shiva. Nandai. Avaduta Paramananda. Avaduta. Srimanta, the 46th. Nandai was the 49th and Paramananda the 50th. And then we carry on with the list. There's actually no purport whatsoever there. Vasantanavini Hoda Gopala Sanatan Vishnai Hajara Krishnananda Sulochan. I'll just read the translation. Vasanta was the 51st, Navani Hoda the 52nd, Gopala the 53rd, Sanatan the 54th, Vishnai the 55th, Krishnananda the 56th, and Sulochan the 57th. Purport. Navani Hoda appears to have been the same person as Hoda Krishnadas, the son of the king of Badagachi. His father's name was Harihoda. One can visit Badagachi by taking the Lal Gopal Gata railway line, nice railway line, the Lal Gola, I thought it said Gopal. The Lala Gola Gata railway line. It's amazing how we see in many of these purports, there's like a, travel guide, how to reach this village, this town, this temple. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj made this specifically, these directions, so they may not be relevant now in the sense that maybe the railway lines changed or not there at all, or stations not there, or something may have happened, we don't know. The country, where all kinds of different things may have changed. But he saw this very important. Now, why a description? How to get there? One can understand the value behind these points. What is the value? Is it just knowledge? Maybe he worked for the Indian Railways or something. So, what's the point? To visit. Hoping that the future generations of people will go to these holy places. Why? For their own benefit. By going to these holy places of these eternal associates, these are eternal associates of the Lord. They're not just some, practicing bhakta. They're eternal associates who descend with the Lord when He comes to this world to assist Him in His pastimes. So when we go there, we're associating them. Again, it depends on our consciousness, but the principle is we get the opportunities, like when you go on Parikrama in Vrindavan. Many of you have been on Brajmandal Parikrama. Who's been on Brajmandal Parikrama? Dharani Typo, have you been? I read your article, nice. In the newsletter. Dharani Typo just went on Bilokanath Maharaj's Braj Mandal Parikrama party all over Braj. And it's an experience you'll never forget, right? You never forget it. You know, when you actually go to these holy places, you never forget it. Isn't it? When you meet a very special person, you never forget it. Oh yeah, I remember. You know, you may not remember all the details, but the memory of that place is there, you know. You remember it, you know. Harini, you've been to many pilgrimage places, right? In Braj? You didn't go on... Anyone else went on Braj Mandal Parikrama, the whole Parikrama? Anybody? You went, Chris? Did you go? No. Maybe one day. It's a very valuable, from many angles. I mean, you can say it's not the right word to use, but it's such a transformative, you could say, for the consciousness to visit these holy places. I know your Revatinanda, probably your spiritual master, used to go every year, right? Braj Mandal Parikrama. No? Last time he did, his last, just before. Not on that, I mean, but he would go to holy places day in, day out. Yeah, not on the Braj Mandal Parikrama. Okay, I mean, he would go every year. When he was in Vrindavan, he would go out with groups of devotees visiting holy places. So many devotees do it. There's so many parties going out. Not you stay out. Like you stayed out with a party, right, this year? In Braj. Did you go, Ekanath, at all? No. In one sense, it's austere, isn't it? In one sense. You know, you don't know where you're going to sleep next. You don't know if your bag will be there when you arrive. You don't know what type of bathing will be available or where to use the bathroom. You don't know. It helps your ego. It's a bit of a I say, challenge to our false ego in many ways. When you're walking, and I don't know, this year it was quite early, so it'd be quite warm, I suppose. You know, sometimes when it's like later in November, it can be really cold in the morning. The water's like pinching cold. And then the day it can be really hot. Sometimes walking in the you know, there's all thorn bushes, lots of nice thorns on the floor, stones. I'm just encouraging you to go on Braj Mandal Parikrama. And the sharp stones which prick your feet. I think it's probably a little bit more comfortable now than decades past. But it's you just have walk. You get to the place sometimes and everyone else is on the move to the next place. Where are we? Oh, I don't know. I think we're in some kund. There's a kund. It's in Vrindavan. One of the kunds of Vrindavan. You read the book. You're tired, you're hungry. You're coughing. Dust, isn't it? All the nectar. Dust everywhere. You had rain this year, I heard. It rained. Some days of rain. Unusual. But it's the effect of it is, it doesn't sound very attractive, does it? Where you're going for your holiday, I'm going to, Parikrama in Vrindavan, walking in the thorns and the bushes and stones, the heat and the cold, and taking nice cold showers when I get up in the morning, and sleeping on the floor in a tent somewhere, if I'm lucky, and then walking all day long. Doesn't sound like everyone's idea of a holiday. But, okay, you've got some memories of your mundane holiday, but what use are those memories? I can still remember my childhood holidays, some things. But what's the use of it? Just keeps us rooted in the material world, doesn't it? We have memories of the walking in the holy Dham, or even the most extraordinary things. You had some extraordinary experiences, huh? I think my greatest memory of that walking on Braj Mandal Parikrama. So I only did the full one once. I've done bits and pieces all over, but just one time. It was in Kamyavan. Kamyavan, huh?
It's very beautiful.
You like Kamyavan? Not so many devotees go to Kamyavan. It's a little far out. It's the furthest away. Maybe hour and a half drive or something. I don't know. They may have even, there was no proper roads in those days. It was really like a track. Maybe it's easier now. I don't know. But yeah, that was probably my. It's something that sticks in you, and then it causes you to remember Kamyavan, or remember whatever van it is, whatever van. Not meaning like you have your temple van, not that type of van. We used to name our vehicles after the forests of Vrindavan. One van would be called Madhuvan, another called Talavan. It's the Talavan. But it's like it's something that reminds you of these. And what's the effect of it? Not simply remembering like you remember going on your holiday to, where do French people go for their holidays? I don't know. Lucé-le-Mal or something. Where do they go? Marseille. Yeah, lovely place, Marseille, for a holiday. Huh?
Corsica in English?
Corsica? They go to Corsica. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere, you remember it, kid. But it's useless. But when we remember going on Parikram in Vrindavan, what does it do to you?
When you hear Krishna book, you just remember the place.
That's one aspect, isn't it? When you read the Krishna book, you can meditate on that place, you remember that place. Or when the way around, if you remember the place, you remember the pastimes in Krishna book. Krishna's pastimes. Purifies us, huh? Very purifying. Purifies the consciousness, isn't it? You feel so... materially, it doesn't look like... It looks like, what on earth are you doing, What type of holiday is this? You're just walking in thorn bushes and flat land, dust everywhere, noise. Sometimes, some other problems are there, You've got diarrhea or something or another. Huh?
This is the most difficult actually.
When you have diarrhea. Yeah, it's pretty hard. You have to pass stool every 5 minutes. That's a tough one. That's one of the toughest. But generally it's not because you're walking like 10, 20 kilometers a day. It usually burns off the fuel, so to speak. It's easier to not get those things. But it purifies you feel so, let me say, material desires just don't have a place. There's nowhere for them to reside. It's like, isn't it? It's like no entry. You feel like you're in a no entry zone for material desires. It's quite unique. It's amazing. If they come, you're just like, some demon attacking Vrindavan or something. Krishna comes and smashes them. Which means immediately a thorn sticks in your foot. That's what it means. As soon as material desire comes, you have a thorn in your foot, or some stone, or you cut your toe, or something happens. Immediate reaction. It's quite amazing. Anyway, I don't know how we got on to that. Oh yeah, because of the benefit of visiting these holy places. The qualities of those devotees is by association that we develop those qualities. These pure devotees have pure qualities, fully manifest. They never have anything else. They're never covered. But in the material world, we do have those qualities in a latent form or a hidden form. They're covered over by the material nature. And by associating with those who are uncovered, those who are pure, this is how our natural qualities become revealed. Because the removal of the dirty coverings in the heart by association there. And associate with pure devotees their qualities, as Hiranyakashipu, Sri Hiranyakashipu Vacha states in the Bhagavatam. Hiranyakashipu, a very famous verse quoted by Hiranyakashipu, that association acts like a crystal. Whatever you put before it reflects. So when we associate with those with pure qualities, then it's not that you exactly get those qualities can become manifested or revealed within us by association. One can visit Badagachi by we read that, didn't we? Formerly the Ganges flowed by Badagachi, but now it has become a canal known as the Kaishirakai. I can't read it properly. My eyesight's not good enough. Is it Kelshira or Kaishira? I can't see. Kelshira Kal. Is that right? Yes. Because I can't see if there's a dot or not a dot. Near the Mudagacha station is a village known as Shaligram, in which King Krishnadas arranged for the marriage. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, now we're getting into it. Krishnadas arranged for the marriage of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as described in the Bhakti Ratnakar. I think you're all going to be looking at the Bhakti Ratnakar today to find out about the marriage of Lord Nityananda at Shaligram. It is sometimes said that Navanihoda was the son of Raj Krishnadas. His descendants still live in Rukanapura, a village near Bahiragachi. They belong to the Dakshina Madhya Kayasta community, but having been reformed as Brahmanas, they still initiate all classes of men. So we could test you on that if we turn the screen off. And Chris is doing it. Oh no. We hope you've memorized it all. This is very easy purport, this one. Who was the father of Hoda Krishnadas? He said Navini Hoda appears to have been the same person as Hoda Krishnadas.
His father was the king of Badagachi.
You got it. How did you get that? These Americans again. They think they're he needs to go on Brajmandal Parikramana. He's too puffed up, you know. Bring his false ego down there. The son of the king of Badagachi, whose name was, I don't know if it's his father's name or the son of the king of Badagachi's name, father's name, is Harihoda. Harihoda. And how do you visit Badagachi? There's a railway line you have to take. What's the railway line? Is it the H line or the B line or the D line? Which one is it? Huh? Badagachi is the place, is it? Badagachi. It's quite an easy one. I misread it, first of all. Lala Gola. Lala Gola. Not Ulala. Not the Ulala. That's the Paris line. That's in Paris, that one. This is a Lala Gola. The Lala Gola Ghat railway line. I don't know, this is not so important, you could say. But still, it reminds us of these eternal associates. It reminds you. Now, everyone wants to go and find this Lala Gola Ghat railway line. It's amazing. I don't know if anyone's been on it. There's a railway line going from Krishnanagar to, do you remember where that goes to? Famous railway line. Krishnanagar is quite a big railway station, but there's a little side line. A little side line that goes to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It goes to what's the island called? Which island is it? I have a memory of Navadvip. It's a little hazy right now. What's the island called where the railway line goes to? Across the river Jalangia, on the other side is, what's it called, that section of Navadvip? Huh? Godruma Dvip. Across the river to Godruma. And there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has his house. He was always dreaming of moving near to Navadvip, because he was a government officer in different places. And then he was transferred to Krishnanagar, which is fairly close to Navadvip. So he made his house right there in Godruma, right there. And the British government, it's said, the British government, they could have done anyway, but specifically because he had his house, they built the railway line right next to his house so he could easily come to the court every day by train. A very little tiny little railway line. The first time we went to Navadvip, to Mayapur, we went on that little railway line from Krishnanagar. And then you go down to the Ghat, and then you cross over the Ghat to Mayapur. Ghat is like where the boats leave across the river, and a bathing place. So when we were on the train, it was quite something. Another memory which sticks very firmly is like we were thinking of this train line back to Vinod Thakur, tiny little train. Everybody's on there, goats and chickens and everything. Packed. We were like sardines in this little tiny. And people just, at any time if people get on and off, it's going so slowly you can get on and off as it goes along. Practically. I don't think it's there anymore. But it was fascinating. And one thing I didn't know at that time in India, we were eating, there wasn't much to eat, we were eating bananas and these little oranges, like mandarin type Satsuma orange. And that was basically all we could get to eat, So we had all these peels. Now I didn't know how India worked. It was the first time I thought. I saw people throwing it. I thought, you can't just throw it out like that. We have to collect it and put it in the right place, The right place in India is wherever you are, basically. Isn't it? Anything, you can do anything anywhere, practically speaking. Almost. And certain things you can't. Certain things in the West, you get fined if you just throw your banana peel on the street, right? Or you're in the train, you just throw it out the window. You look at you, what's this guy doing? Throw your can out the window. What type of person is this? But in India, everyone does that. Or if they can reach the window, or if not, just throw it on the floor, right? You don't think about. But I was keeping it all. We bought these buckets because we were told to bring a bucket for the festival. They didn't have shops in those days there. So we brought our buckets with us to Mayapur and Navadvip. Each of us had a bucket. So I was filling my bucket up with all the peels from everybody else, thinking, I'll find the right place to put all this and put it there when we get. I couldn't find anywhere. I was like, So we got to the Ghat and we got on a little boat to cross over to Mayapur. And it wasn't so easily arranged in those days. Nowadays, you got things like steps. Steps? Then it was just a slippery bank which went up quite steep. You had to climb up. So in one hand I had the bucket, in the other hand I had my suitcase, little suitcase. And I'm trying to and I slipped going up the embankment. And I went backwards and the bucket flew up in the air and all the peels went into the river. They all plopped into the river. I thought, oh my God. This is the worst thing that could happen. I call it garbage, but all the garbage has gone into the river Jalangi. And I thought, what's going to happen next? So that night, we arrived in the evening, and we had one room between 20 of us. One little room on the wall. The wall in Mayapur. Have you been to Mayapur? We call it the wall. The gate, the front gate. There's like a little wall going along, and there's all these little shops, mostly it's shops now, or dispensaries and things, along the wall. But that was the accommodation for all the devotees who came, more or less all. The long building wasn't there. The Lotus building was the only building constructed. And that was filled up with, life members, sannyasis, the big guns, So all we little guys, we were all stuck on, each yatra had one room. So, how many you can get in one small room? Less than half the size of this room, much less. And, we're all sleeping outside. Oh, Igor, give me where's my bag? Where's my backpack? Bring my backpack. You got to take something. Is it in the other room now?
I will check now.
Bring the bag. You're going to Yoga Lyric, huh? Petit asked me to give you a book for him. Where is it? Did I bring? Oh, it's in the basement downstairs, in the book room. In the book room, bring it up from the book room. Not everybody needs to go to get the bag. So that night we pitched out, and I'd never seen a mosquito in my life, and I didn't know what was happening. I lay down on the slab outside the room, so the cement slab. We had no nets in those days. We had no cream, no nets. I lay down. I can tell you frankly, I didn't sleep a minute all night. All I could hear was bzz, boom, ting, zing, boom, zzz, ding, ding, ding. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what it was. It was just like itching like crazy. I didn't even know what it was. It was just all night. I woke up in the morning, and Pankajangri Prabhu. You've heard of Pankajangri, the famous Pujari? We were friends. I used to run Spiritual Sky in England, and when he joined, he was assisting me on Spiritual Sky in London. So we knew each other from before he went to India. So he saw me in the morning, early in the morning. He said he'd never seen anything like it in his life. My head was like a balloon. I must have had at least 20,000 mosquito bites. It was just nothing but you stick the pins in you have these in the day you put all the pins. My head was just like a balloon, and all over my shoulders, arms, legs, everything was swollen. Quick reaction for my foolishness. He said he's never seen anything happen to anyone else ever before. It was just incredible, unbelievable. But after that, I never had any problems. I became immune to mosquito bites. So this is a good suggestion. You just fill your room up with 10,000 mosquitoes, and you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the festival. I'm not recommending that. That's what happened. Quite an experience, to say the least. But it just goes to show. But it's a memory, it sticks in him. All angles of it, So many memories then. And Mayapur is a magic place. A magic place. Very magic. All right, well, on that happy note. Oh yeah, sorry, you've got to go. Here, he asked me the other day for this book, but someone else had taken it already and it wasn't there. Give that to Petit Pavan, huh? Petit, Petit Pavan?
Oui.
Yes, say it in French if you don't. Say Petit Pavan. What's Petit Pavan in French?
Le sauveur des âmes déchues.
What is it in French? Petit Pavan?
Le sauveur des âmes déchues.
Hare Krishna. So please give him the book. He's waiting for it, okay? He asked me to give it to you to give to him. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. What is the difficulty, it's called. Great book. Yoga the other day, I didn't know. Shayananda Prabhu came for the class, so when he came, I was already reading from it. What is the difficulty? And I didn't know, but afterwards he said this is his favorite book. He said he's bought several copies of this. He can't stop reading it. What is the difficulty? Shruti Kirtas, not like memories not like exactly a historical memory, but a relationship. Lessons learned by relationships, incidences. They're not in chronology. It's just certain incidences. And the value, the importance of what Prabhupada is teaching us through those particular exchanges that go on, which he wants to share with everyone, so that everyone can have that chance. It's not just historical. Prabhupada then went here, there, but the actual, let's say, transformative experience which he had, the memory which remains in his heart from that interaction with Prabhupada. What time is Madhavananda arriving?
He already arrived.
Oh no. He arrived already? Oh my God. Oh, there he is. Oh my goodness. He's arrived. Welcome. Welcome to Paris. Oh God, it's wonderful to see you. Haribol, Madhavananda. Jai, where's he staying? Upstairs or out in the garden, or where are you putting him? Pardon?
With Shantatma in that room.
Oh, he's in the Shant. Did you know that?
Prabhu mentioned it, yeah.
He mentioned. Don't snore, do you? No, don't. Welcome, Madhavananda Prabhu. How did you come?
Sorry?
How did you come?
How did he?
We're just reading how to get to, Badagachi. How did you come, by train?
By plane.
Oh, they came by plane, not by train. Okay. Now we have to know the plane routes. We don't think about the train so much. Where you get the cheapest flight to go to, Gold Coast or Brisbane or something. Air China, this one, that one. You take the, isn't it? Hare Krishna. How long are you staying?
Till the Vyasa Puja.
Oh, another, more or less 2 or 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Nice. You've met before? Did you meet? Has anyone met? Have you met anyone here before? You came to France before, didn't you?
First time.
Oh my goodness! First time in France. Oh, welcome. Gosh. Now your life is beginning. Paris. Okay. Anyway, this is Madhavananda Prabhu. He runs a Namahat center or preaching center in the Gold Coast in Australia. He loves book distribution. You speak French? Just as well. You don't know what they're saying. It's a good way out. You were there? No, who was it? You were next to me when that Christian came up to me the other day? I was chanting. I don't know who was next to me. But they were trying to preach to me, and I just said, "Je ne comprends pas, monsieur. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne parle français." They couldn't speak English. They were getting really frustrated. They just walked away. Sometimes it's good not to know what they're saying. Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I understood what they were saying, but I said I didn't. Anyway, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, Madhavananda, you've settled him in already? Is he?
No, we just came.
Just this minute? Okay. Oh, wonderful.
I had very good rest
In the plane?
in the plane.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, the Sankirtan party leaves in 30 minutes. If you can get yourself ready.
I would like to go.
I know, wait a minute, Yasomata is leaving. What are we going to do? What's going to happen in Garsasa if he's not here? It means no Harinam, does it? No, he said during the marathon he's not going to be going on Harinam, he's going to do books. Yeah. Anyway, what to do? Oh no, Garsasa. Haribol. Hare Krishna. You can always go there with Arabic books, Right? Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Madhavananda Prabhu, come here. Here, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to France. You come to France to dance and go into trance in a land of romance. Hare Jai Prabhupada. Jai Radha Parasishwara Ki Jai.
In the class, Maharaj mentioned that one of his most extraordinary experiences on Vrajamandal Parikrama was in Kamyavan, but he didn't elaborate at the time. After the class, His Grace Dayal Nitai Prabhu asked Maharaj to explain more about what happened. Let's hear what Maharaj said.
I've got a little bit. See, I was doing dramas every day, spontaneous dramas, and I was engaging all the young ones, the youth. There's about 30 young kind of like Gurukuli Westerners there, so I was engaging them every day in dramas. The management decided they were too unruly and they shouldn't stay on the party. they were like, weren't following anything. The only thing they were doing was hanging around and taking part in my drama, or D-dramas. They were good actors. So I got a little disturbed, not disturbed, but why, you know, what are we supposed to do? You know, I got a little kind of pushy. You know, if you tell them all to go away, we're not going to have any dramas. You know. A little bit pushy with the management. And they kind of agreed. But that night, next night after we got to Kamyavan, I used to have to get up at 2 in the morning every day to write the drama for the next place, or to put some sketch together. You know, so 2 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't see, it was really dark. I always took hot water in the morning, you know. So I was boiling the water on a little gas burner, and I had this metal pot that I would use, and I couldn't see what I was doing, and I didn't know if it was boiling or not. It was so dark. Somehow that I made a mistake, and I knocked the pot off, and it poured all over my left arm, from here to there, and the skin just went like this all over my arm, completely burned.
Wow.
The skin just woofed off in every direction. It was like holding a firearm, you know, like a blazing fire. The arm felt like blazing fire, at 2:30 in the morning. That was the instant reaction in Kamyavan. And there are doctors there. You kind of can't do much. You got to keep it open, but you got to protect it from infection as well. You know?
Yeah, because really the skin was out.
Yeah, it's gone. And not entirely. I mean, it wasn't down to the bone. It wasn't 100%, but it was. Luckily, I had a jumper on, so it wasn't 100%, but the hand was here. Completely recovered. You can't even notice it.
Yeah, we done.
No, it wasn't the entire like 100%. They have different degree
day,
burns,
yeah.
different degree of burns.
Yeah.
Boiling water is not the same as blazing fire, you know. And it was, you know, obviously just slightly reduced because of the pour. But it was like walking with a fire, like fire on your arm for a few days. Still doing the dramas, you know.
Yeah, you continue to do it.
Yeah, the night before that, I think we were in Kedarnath, I think. I'm not sure.
Kedarnath.
Yeah,
Kedarnath.
we did the drama there of Vrikasura. You know, Vrikasura. It was funny because I was Vrikasura, and you know, it was small, not many in the drama that night, but I made all these kind of dough, and I strapped them around so no one could see from a distance. Hundreds, maybe 1,000 people watching, and I kind of put something around it. And then I had all this tomato juice underneath, and I was slashing it off with this knife. So these lumps of dough were coming off, and all this red tomato juice splashing everywhere, and throwing it at the audience like this, sometimes throwing it in the fire, which we had a fire there. Oh no, Shivaya! People were screaming, kids were running. And the night before, the next day, my hand was a blazing fire. My whole Krishna has his ways. Mercy.
In Kamyavan, there is a Muslim who tried to steal, take, because I was looking to find this Rameshwaram. You know, there is this replica of Rameshwaram in Kamyavan.
Replica of
The replica of Rameshwaram.
Rameshwaram, yeah.
And I was looking to find it everywhere.
Yeah.
I was alone, trying to find with Google Map. In Vrindavan, Google Map is not really good. And one Muslim saw that I was looking for it, and he said, come with me. And I went on his moto, because I saw the other devotee was doing that, so I was, okay, I can go. And he started to go with the moto with myself at the back of the moto, and he tried to bring me somewhere else than Rameshwaram. He wanted to bring me somewhere and steal me. And by chance, or by Krishna mercy, a devotee saw it, and this devotee said, "Now stop, come with me." And I went out of the motorbike and he brought me to Rameshwaram. So this is what the devotees say to me.
Be careful. Hare Krishna.
But yeah, he wanted not very good for me, the Muslim.
You never know what he wanted. Yes, rob you of all your worldly possessions.
Yeah, he wanted to steal me everything, and I don't know what he will do from me, which was somewhere.
Hare Krishna.